Why do you like to be alive? There's an old man I sometimes visit who can talk your ear off for hours on end. You'll sit down with him, and he'll start to unload his stories, one after the other, of his old friends, his years in the radio industry, and his misadventures chasing women. Once, halfway through his usual ramble, he stopped, turned to me, and said, "You know what? Life is fun. And it stinks to know that I'm getting close to the end. Because the whole thing's just been so damned fun." That's always stuck with me. It's my belief that the person who's had the most successful life is the one who, when it's all said and done, has the best stories to tell his grandkids. Personally, I'm approaching 30, and I feel like the past 20 years of my life could be literally erased from my memory, and I wouldn't lose anything of value. Working on fixing that now though. My goal is that when I'm 40 I won't wish for cancer anymore. I'm also approaching 30, and while I don't feel the same way about my past 20 years, I'm still making it my goal to make my 30s better than my 20s. I feel like I've been told my whole life by our culture that 20s are your prime, but I'm going to defy that. I survived cancer. I was given weeks to live, and miraculously got remission. Life post-cancer is a terrible struggle, mentally and physically, but I wouldn't trade it for the alternative. I now get to watch my adorable niece grow up. I get to look at the world with a completely different perspective. I get to enjoy being with my wife and traveling the world as much as possible. Death would solve a lot of the pain I currently live with, but the eternal sadness it would cause my family would haunt me. Just reread your post in r/gunners not even a day ago from 2 years ago. I'm proper gassed you made it, mate. Congratulations. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. I still can't believe I survived. Someone's got to feed my Tamagotchi. My daughter had one years ago and left it with me while she was at school. I almost rear-ended a car trying to clean its poo up once. I'd forgotten all about those. My first pet. I love those damn things, haha. Then, I got a real doggo and didn't like cleaning up real poo. So I stuck with my Tamagotchi Pro. Cause there are pies to be eaten. Pie is a good reason to be alive. Pro tip, take up baking, and you can eat all the pie you want. Your friends will love you, too. _closed bracket. I cheated that tip and married someone who loves baking. All the same perks with much less work. Occasional serotonin. It hits me every once in a while. Also garlic bread. Serotonin caused by garlic bread. Has cracked it. I'm terminally ill, and the closer I've gotten to death the more I've just sat back and watched nature. Genuinely stopping to smell the roses. It's the little things in life that make life worth living. The family of birds in a nearby tree communicating with each other. The dog you wake up every morning to and can't wait to see you and be around you. I even oddly lyle watching the trees rustle on a windy day. Watching my fish swim around their aquarium. Valuing the time and memories I make with my wife and friends. People that say life isn't worth living need to try their very best to smell the roses. Watch the sunrise or sunset. I know sometimes life really can get us down in the dumps, but life is truly beautiful. Edit. Just woke up and checked all the notifications. Thank you everyone for the awards and the very nice words. It's very humbling to get so many beautiful responses. I've done my best to read and like as many as possible. One comment I noticed is about how close to death we come. My fate was luckily decided by my oncologist. I was in ICU last year. I was septic and I had a superbug the doctors couldn't get on top of. My kidney had completely stopped, and I only have one kidney. Fortunately, when the ICU had the various teams come together to decide whether to continue or let me go, my oncologist demanded they continue to treat me because I'm young, 29, and my heart and lungs are in good shape. I'm still here to this day, so I owe it all to that man who saved my life multiple times. I sat with my wife and cried, told her I was ready to go, and laid patiently with my eyes closed, ready to be taken away. It just didn't happen. Since that moment I've done my absolute best to enjoy the little moments in life that we easily brush past and let go unnoticed when we are busy and living a healthy normal life. I'll try to individually reply to comments where I can. Thank you everyone. Stick around as long as you can. You have some good wisdom to pass on. They say, people who are closing to death have their entire life flash before their eyes. They can very well judge what was good and what was bad. They are certainly a good source of wisdom. It's pretty amazing listening to them. I myself fear death to a point it freaks me out. And it's surprising how people say they will miss things like trees, soil, animals and family. Just the same things we take for granted. We must realize and learn from what they've got to say and act on it. My prayers are with Og. BC and fastest sperm. I'm speed. I am Pete or speed. There's a lot of places I still want to go. Books I want to read. Movies I want to see. Even if I don't get to experience it all before I die. I like the anticipation of it all. This right here. Very relatable. Also imagine all the cool stuff that might happen in the future. And all the cool places you might visit. That is what I look forward to. I haven't tried all the restaurants in my area and it actually has been a good motivator to cherish the whole life thing. That is surprisingly extremely simple and cute and beautiful. I need a new area. Happiness in tiny things is absolutely the key to being truly happy. Walking to work or uni or whatever and looking at how cool certain buildings, clouds, clothing etc looks and just appreciating the beauty of the world is a prime example. I have a friend that's going through some tough times, so I like to check up on him every day and encourage him. You're a good friend. He's not a good friend. He's a great friend. It's not necessarily that I like to be alive now, but the nature of life is a constant ebb and flow of thrills and disappointments implies a coming wave of joy sooner or later. I hope it does for you. I hope it does for Link. imga.com/fplia. Jiv. Watching sunrises with a hot cup of tea. Singing my favorite songs in a place with good acoustics. Using really soft yarn to knit something nice for someone. Calling a friend and hearing the joy in their voice when they realize it's me. Snow days. Making s'mores at a bonfire. It's all the little things. I hope you can find all the little things you love in life. There's so many. Please be safe. Friend, edit. Thank you all so much for the awards. Including my first silver. You sound like a treasure to be around. I always try my best. My dogs. I can't imagine leaving them behind. It's hard enough leaving them home when you go to work. Yes, but it also melts my heart to see how happy they are when they see me. Every time I accomplish something or finish an assignment, I just feel so fucking proud of myself. I feel so lucky to be alive and in the place in the world I have. I saw you're an indie game developer. Good luck with any projects you may be working on. It's a tough business. Thanks, I'm actually planning to have a different job apart from that to have a steady income. So I'll only be a hobbyist. Pretty sure no one will find this comment but hey. Today was a good day for me. I just got my first electric piano and am eager to learn this instrument. Now that is a reason to be alive. Music. I wanna master this thing before I go. Edit. Thank you kind strangers for all the awards and all the reply comments wishing me luck. Really made me feel great. I've been wanting to play the piano for about 3 years now but only a few days ago I managed to convince my parents to get me one. I've been pretty depressive for the past few years for reasons, but I hope this thing can get me back on track. To all of you who are in the same boat with me, I wish you all well. We're all gonna make it. Be sure to share with us when you do. Right, and even before you do, I'd love to hear, even before you master it. Having a goal or something to look forward to is what keeps me going. I'd love to share in yours if you like. It seems better than being dead. Not better than dead, but once alive. Dying becomes scary. I stopped being afraid of death after experiencing some terrible pain for years from undiagnosed ulcerative colitis. I was only 16 so no one believed me. Wasn't diagnosed until I was 19 and my hemoglobin was 3. 15-18 is normal. I have felt that point where your body is struggling to keep up with basic needs for everything to function. I begged for death in those days. I guess I'm alive now because I found two competent doctors, a good surgeon, and my body is just stubborn and doesn't want to give up. Edit. I should clarify that above is a brief description of what led to me not being afraid to die and how I felt at that time. As said, once I found someone who would help, I bounced back in health and felt immensely better. My lack of fear of death has remained unchanged, however. That being said, I do not seek out death or want to die prematurely and never have. Begging for death really did happen. However, it was me wanting the pain that brought me to a fetal position out of nowhere and staying there for sometimes hours, and then the suffering out of just everyday life knowing I wasn't myself, wasn't healthy, but couldn't get anyone to actually do a basic workup on me or even look at me and see I was not just pale, but as hen grey. I looked like a corpse. It's like someone telling you that you're insane and none of it is really happening. In that time, I did beg for death at moments because I wanted all the pain and suffering to end. If I couldn't get care to fix whatever was wrong, then I did not see the reason to continue in pain and suffering. Change that full code status to no code kind of mentality. Never did I want to kill myself though. Please, if you feel like dying, wanting to die, wanting to kill yourself, please seek help. There's some shit I still need to do. List keeps growing, so it's kind of an ongoing thing. Edit. Holy smokes, this blew up. THX everyone for the awards and updates. Hey, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.